Then for another
the
one.
Most High is telling me to.
Going over the word.
Because if the person is not willing to come, after a certain amount of time, then you have to go, you have to leave that person there, and then go, renew, get back, plugged back in to be, recharged, because we understand that we have to be that, we will be and continue to be that effective witnessing. But you got to make sure that you're not casting your pearls before those swine. But there is a very strategic approach and decision making that we have to continue to walk
Hey,
in.
Fatima. How you doing? Shalom, shalom.
And so, yeah, I just,
Shabbat
the
shalom.
Most High, I just, believe, trust that the Most High will continue to help us, because once again, I mean, I know He will. Once again, the fall of
You
man always happens by the influence of sin and negativity, and just people
getting that workout in?
all out, you know, walking in rebellion, you know. Um, and so we see that on a consistent basis. And so we have to remind ourselves who we belong to, the righteous. And so we're going to get into the lesson. Just wanted to, be led that way, to open up things. Um, and so for a school of thought, just to provoke thought, uh, it goes into
Oh, okay. Fishing.
what we uh, what we're going to,
I ain't been fishing in
talk
so long.
about.
Been
It
some
says
years.
your actions are noted.
Since I was a little kid, man.
Your actions, my actions are
Ain't the
noted.
allergies, man.
Okay. And then I put here, I emphasize the word noted. And I looked it up, and it says, noted can be used to confirm that you have received a message or other communications.
I'm doing good. How are you?
So when it says your actions
Uh,
are noted, you're saying that
what up, Scotty?
because of what you have
What's
heard,
good, bro?
what you have received in a message or a suggestion or a communication, your actions
Twitty? What's up?
determines, or your actions shows and proves that you have noted something, you have
Okay, Fat.
affirmed or
Let me be quiet.
accepted
Let it play.
the message. Your actions will show you and show others what you have received and what you have confirmed. They said it doesn't necessarily indicate agreement or intention to act, but rather that they heard and understood the message. So when you first, and maybe I should have did this in the reverse, when you first take note of something, you hear it and you ponder on it, and you make a decision to where you agree or you disagree. And based on whether you agree or disagree, is you're going to give a response. You're going to give an action. If you don't agree, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to perform that. You're not going to even, you're going to know that that is not what you need to do, and you're going to stay clear of it. On the other hand, you're going to receive the message, receive the communication, and you're going to take note, and then your action, because you agreed upon it, and you begin to do the very thing that was written or communicated unto you. Your actions are noted. Your actions are made aware
I'm doing good,
Most of
man.
all, and you know what? Most of all, by the Most High.
How you doing, bro?
It said, I wrote here too also, it can also imply that you are making a mental note of something,
Hey, what's up,
like
man?
a suggestion or a request.
It's
And
good
when
to
you
know.
look at that, whatever comes to you as a request or a suggestion, you're going to take note of that.
His life. What's up? How
Because
you doing?
everything, when we look at our life each and every day, someone is going to speak something into you. And now when you look at these, once again, y'all hear me say, you look at the communication and where we get the communication, man,
Okay.
we get communication soon as we wake up, out of our
I'm doing good. Trying to get the word
slumber.
in.
And then whatever you put your hand to do, and most of all, people go to the phones, go to the computers, and then they receive suggestions,
You.
mental I would say things that will mentally guide you and instruct you, things that will impress upon you. The most important thing that we should be doing, the great example, that we don't have to be walking confusion and displaced and not knowing what to do at any given time. See, you and I should know what to do. We should have that maturity, that ruach, that spiritual maturity to make the right decisions. And we have that great example. So let's start out. Let's go to Matthew chapter 7.
Matthew chapter 7. Matthew chapter 7.
Matthew chapter 7.
I hate turning in these books.
There's a King right now scribing for the Most High.
All right.
Matter of fact, Enoch is scribing as well, because that was one of the things that the Most High took him. Matthew chapter 7. And let's go to verse 21. And I want us to, we will. Not everyone, verse 21, that saith unto me. Not everyone that saith unto me. When you say something, you speaking something. So I want us to realize, not everyone that say certain things are going to fulfill or be right in what they're saying, because their actions, let me say it this way, their actions is going to determine truly what they are saying and what they are not saying. Because look at the Mashiach. He says, not everyone that saith unto me. It seems, look, these words, it seems like these are good things to say unto the Mashiach. Master, master. Master. Oh, my master. I love you. Master. He says, not everyone that open their mouth and acknowledge me
Mm.
shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. So a person that acknowledges Hamashiach, verbally open their mouth and proclaim that he is their master, he says they shall not enter in. And the reason why, because he go ahead and tell you, he says, because you can say it with your mouth, call me master, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. You can proclaim and you can call the Hamashiach master and still not do his will. People can look you right in your face and say that they love you, appreciate you, and still will not do and demonstrate what true love is, because they will rebel, they would turn their back on you. They would, when they get mad and upset and they want to do something contrary to the will of the Most High, man, they show you who they truly is.
Oh yeah. We.
That's what the gas station.
I have plenty of family members that will acknowledge me as being a minister or man that reads the word, but then on the back end, behind my back, to others would talk about me. Many family members. I can look them right in their face and talk to them, and I already know truly how they feel about me. But they'll try to smile and laugh, but then any other time, if you're not in my presence, this is look at what the Hamashiach said here. So the actions are noted. The Hamashiach look at the action. He's looking at the action because if you say master, master, and don't do the will, then I'm not your master. So he note that. The Most High note that. Your actions. Now, let's go back a little bit. Let's go to verse 17 in that same chapter.
Yeah.
Verse 17. It says, even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. So you have a good tree that can only bring forth good fruit. Noted. This is what the Hamashiach is saying. Noted. Because it can't be no other way. And then he says the corrupt tree bringing forth, what he says, evil fruit. Produces what is evil. Then verse 18 says, a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. It cannot. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. It cannot. And then this is what he say. Note this, family. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down, cut down, and what it is cast into the fire. So you put yourself as this tree, because this is what he's talking about. He's talking about he's talking about a human being, a person. That is a tree. individual
Yo, hold
see,
on,
the
they got
Most
that
High
music
see
playing.
very soon you're
There we
going to
go.
be
Back on
cut
track.
down,
What
and
up,
you
man?
continue
What
to
up,
bear the
everybody?
fruit of
How y'all
the
doing?
wicked fruit, the evil fruit. He said you will be hewn down, cut down, and cast into the lake of fire. It is noted. Your actions. So, reading this scripture, you have to ask yourself, well, why would people continue on? And this is the conversation that we was having earlier. And we had a coaching and our elder bring out the points in why people would stay in that condition, in that mindset. But you know what? It still is a head scratcher. It's still a head scratcher. Because people will still walk in rebellion and walk contrary when you know it's hurting you and others, and yet, man, you still do not care. Because that's what it is. You care about not yourself and nobody else.
Y'all heard him. Dang. That messed up.
So other things become twisted
DJ. What up?
in your mind. Now let's go back. Let's go back a little bit more. Let's go to Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6, and let's read verse 24 and 25.
24, 25.
It says, no man, no woman can serve two masters. It's only two ways that you're going to go. There's no in between. You can try to be lukewarm if you want to, but there's not no lukewarm, because well, let me not say not lukewarm, but that's the mindset. But even when you're lukewarm, he said you're not neither hot nor cold. And we know he's going to spew you out, so that means you're on the negative side of it, and so you're going to be destroyed. But he says no man can serve two masters. Are you a master to yourself because you make decisions based on what you want? Are you a master of yourself? When you come and it's just based on how you feel that day, in your attitude, in your mental capacity, that you're going to serve the Most High? Or is it a time where you like, I just don't feel him today? I just don't feel him today. So you know what? I ain't doing all that today.
Dang.
But you can't. Marshall said you ain't serve two masters.
Straight up, stereo.
For why? Because he
Number
says,
love,
for
man.
either he will hate the one, you're going to hate one of them, and you're going to love the other. This is what is contrary. The Most High, you can't love the Most High and love the world and love what you want to do. You can't do that.
Yup, pit life.
You cannot. So you're going to love the one and hate the other and despise the other. Ye cannot serve the Most High and man. The Most High in you, and truly your desire, and you look at that mammoth, it's just pretty much wrapped. I mean, you can throw that on the wall and stick it to many subject matters there. When you talk about, you're serving the most, you're either serving the Most High, you're serving yourself. You're serving the Most High. You're serving your husband or your wife, your girlfriend, your job or whatever. No, the Most High say you can't do that. See, people's job is can be more important than the Most High.
That was
Children
Stereo.
can be more important than
Take
the
it
Most
easy,
High.
bro. Appreciate you, man. Stopping by, man.
Because they are compromised. They'll try to do things to appease and please their children rather than the Most High. So, once again, hearing the word of the Most High, then you have to make that decision. And that decision is going to be based on your actions. Once again, we just read, they said, Master, Master. Okay, you calling me Master. Oh, let me see what you're going to do. Let me see how are you going to follow me?
I don't know.
Because the Mashiach said, I have sheep that follow me, and another voice will they not hear and entertain. And no, they will not. But you got some that think they follow him, but then stray away. Go do what they want to do, then come back. Hey, Master. Like he didn't see you stray away. Like he did not see you choose to go left, go right. And then try to come back and then use your lips to say Master. Then it goes on. 25, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life. Now he's finna tell you what thought he's talking about your life. What he's talking about. He says, what you shall eat. Now you have to really understand what the Most High is saying. Because you know what? When people worry about what they're going to eat, let me say it like this: when their palate tongue has been changed and entertained and deceived by the world dainties, then they'll look at what the Most High have provided and say, "Oh, we don't want that." And then turn around and go a-whoring after the dainties, and then say the Most High have not provided, and then soon as the Most High cut some things off, then here come the enemy and say, hey, you got to compromise because if you want this right here. And then they'll look at the Most High and say, well, he ain't supply my need. He ain't give me what I want. No, he said, I got what you need right here. Oh, he ain't give me what I won't need. And so you go and you compromise. And then you blame it on the Most High. Well, he ain't come through for me. You know how many people that said, well, a harlot, a whore, she had to do what she had to do. She got 5 mouths to feed. All different baby daddies. She left with feeding 5 mouths. Well, what happened to the first one? You made the mistake on the first one. Seemed like you should have said, okay, it's tough right now. And then you made a mistake on the second one. Then it gets hard, and then there you go. Now you got 5. You know the first thing they say? Man, I gotta go out here and do what I do, man. Hey, it's tough, it's hard.
What's up, bro?
And don't even regard the Most High.
How you doing, man?
See, these are the situations, your actions. Then soon as you open that door, here comes the enemy. Yeah, let me compile this thing. He make you confused, but then turn around and you hate the Most High. Because remember, you go back to verse 24. You can't serve 2 masters. And that harlot, that whore is not serving the master Yahuwah.
Difference.
And
What's good?
So what's she going to do? She's going to hate the Most High Because she gonna say, man, I'm out here, and as soon as that man abused her, as soon as he cut her and mistreated her and beat her to a pulp, and then they gonna blame the Most High. Look at him, he got me. Hey, somebody come and tell me about some God. See my face? You see what that man did to me? And here you go, you want to witness and talk about, man, you can have that. Why you mad at the Most High? Why you ain't turning that energy to the devil?
Right.
But you want to see how deceptive and strong delusion? You get mad at the Most High. And what you finna do? You finna be get treated worse. And then there you go. Oh, we found that prostitute. We found her on the street with her throat slit, beat beyond recognition.
Yeah.
And then people say, look at this. You think he care about this? Look, you got people all on the street dead. And they just as foolish and walking in stupidity, just like she decided to do. So he says, look, you don't take no thought of your life, what you shall eat. The Most High is going to provide. Or what you shall drink. Nor yet for your body. What ye shall put on is not the life. Look at this. Is not the life. The life. The lifestyle. What your life, what your choices, what you should be doing, your life, what you should represent the Most High. Is that not more important? You worrying about what you gotta be sharp, and your hair gotta be in place, and you gotta step out, your clothes gotta be. Is that what you're worried about? Because if it is, then the enemy comes and say, oh, you ain't nothing. Them pants wasn't nothing but $50. You ain't nothing because, boy, he rocking $500 pair of pants. Oh, your hairdo, you got natural hair? Man, this woman over here paid $2,000 for her, and hers hanging all the way down her back, and she's shaking it and moving it and looking real good.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what they people do? I really don't like my hair. I mean, it's woolly and curly, or afro, or the texture. Oh, let me go to the Arabs. Because that's what she got, the long hair with the chemicals and all that. And boy, you go in there and they mad and cussing you out and all that. But you gonna spend $200, $300, $400 on the hair, and then you go to someone to put it in, and that's an extra $500.
Come up off some hair though.
And you mean you good steward? You spent the $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 on something that you already got, that the Most High has given you free? It's free. He said, take no thought. He said, is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's what Hamashiach said. That's what the word says. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing, the rethinking, the new way of doing things, which is the righteous way of doing things. Let's stay in that same chapter. Let's go to 19. Let's go to the 19th verse. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 through 21. He says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, what's that saying? Cannot see the something because of the trees. What's that saying? They can't see the forest from the what's the saying? Y'all can be out.
Can't see the forest
For the tree.
from the tree.
Yeah. You can't see the forest from the tree. Because the trees are part of the forest.
No, it's
But you have to get
Matthew
to a certain
chapter
perspective
6,
to realize that.
verse 19.
You don't get disdained. No, you position yourself in your mind to
That's
say,
what we on
man,
now.
how can I get a better look? How can I, maneuver? And so he says, lay not up for yourselves treasure upon this earth. And look at this.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19.
Our desire have to be the new heaven and the new earth. That's where we need to be looking unto. Why people want so bad to stay here and get grieved
All right, Abby, appreciate you, bro.
when it's time for you to get ready to get up out of here, or go into that resting state to where now you're not conscious of that time, but you should be, you should die in the right state of mind, the right relationship, not because you're looking for something greater. See, it says, look, lay not up for yourself treasures upon this earth. Why? He said, where moth and rust does corrupt. You know how many people then traded everlasting life with the Most High and with His Son for this world that's
Thank you, Abby.
going to be destroyed? You see it falling apart right before your eyes. You see it falling apart right before your eyes, but yet people are trying to hold on to something that the Most High saying, no, you ain't gonna hold, this ain't gonna be, stay here and remain. So the Hamashiach said, don't lay up your treasures here. Your mind gotta be, hey, when I can't wait to see my Savior.
Yes, sir.
He says, where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Yep.
The Hasatan here to kill, steal, and destroy. And this is what he's presenting. And out of all of that, people still trying to anchor themselves here on this Iraq, on this place. You know, I went in and I was telling y'all about the brother Tyrone that I worked with, and he got, stage 4 cancer in the stomach, right? Amputee. Health is not that good. And you know what I told him? Because he know I talk to you and tell the truth. I asked him, what you wanna stay here for? I said, because the Most High, your life is in His hand. But my question is, what you want to stay here for? If you're not going to be productive for Him, if you're not going to do what He's telling you to do to make this place or somebody else's life better and pointing them back to the Most High and His Son, why you want to stay here? When you're going to do the opposite, when you're going to encourage wrongdoing by what's your actions, which is going to be noted, your grandchildren and your family members, and look at you and man, the Most High to keep you here for. And that's the question. People want to remain here to continue to be wicked, No, the Most High gonna put you to death. He don't need no more of that. He's gonna get rid of that. You don't see these people dying by the droves? And we got to realize, people, our family, more people that are wicked are dying. Why? Because they outnumber the righteous anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So the wicked are dying by the thousands a day. You do the ratio. You know how they like to do the ratio of men compared to women? There's 7 to 10 women compared to 1 man. Man, you do the comparison when you talk about the wicked to the righteous.
Yeah.
Do that comparison. If you estimate that there's 9 billion people on the earth at this particular time, just giving a number, not sure, you can't confirm that. Do you think how many are wicked? And all they trying to beat death. They trying to beat death, knowing that is impossible.
What's up, bro?
It's impossible.
What's good, bro?
Anybody have anything?
How you doing? How you doing?
Come on. Roy, you help coach.
What you just said, what scripture came to mind was Psalms, where it talks about, I think it's Psalms 51, where it talks about, it's 91, where a person won't be harmed who is obedient to the Most High. He'll make 1,000 run away, and then 10,000 to the right hand. I'm paraphrasing, but that's just what came to mind.
That's it. Let's go on, and since you went there, let's go, because that's the scripture that I wrote down too. Let's go there. Psalm 91, verses 1 through 9. Psalms 91.
Here we go.
91, 1 through 9. Now, she that makes his or her abode there, that lives there, that is there on a continuous basis, in the secret place of the Most High Yah, shall what? Only those individuals shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. We know that's that protection. That's that overflow where he's hovering and
making them
evil jokers know, hey, hold up a minute. You think we
what
can't
you
just
making
walk up
last
in there?
time, man?
We can't.
Maurice.
So he or she that dwell abide there. How do you
How you
dwell
doing?
and abide there? How do you get to that point? How do you get there? Because we know with the Hamashiach say, everybody say master and master. So you know you can't just be talking. No, he says, he or she that do the will. That's the only way that you're going to abide there. That's the only way that you're going to get there. You think for a minute that the Most High is letting these jokers come and abide under the shadow? No, he's not. No, he's not. Verse 2 says, I will say of Yahuwah, he is my refuge. He or she will say that, and guess what? They're going to mean it. We ain't saying master, master, and not doing his will. No, when we say Yahuwah is my refuge and my fortress, my Yahuwah, in him will I trust, and you don't deter away from that.
What?
We're in a time where it's foolish not to trust the Most High. Nothing is concrete when it comes to job security, finances, and all of this. Nothing. thing is secure is the Most High. So, saying, I will trust him, the one that is doing the will of the Most High, they rightfully can say that because their actions, once again, is noted, is known. Then he says, surely he shall. You see that confidence? Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence, the noise, all the stuff that is going on outside of us. Oh, the Most High is going to deliver us. You think we worried about that? So he says, he shall cover thee
He's on the way.
with
On the
feathers,
way. All
and
praise
under his wings
to the Most High.
shalt thou trust. His truth, his truth, his truth is what? Shall be thy shield and thy buckler. See, we read about, Elder brought it out, that Ephesians, that whole armor, and once again, is what is said again. His truth. Only his truth can do that. Only his truth. So when we know we got the truth, then guess what, man? We don't fret, we don't fear, we don't do, man, we walk under that because that truth is our shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. And boy, there's some terror that going on by night. Boy, jokers are getting tortured. You hear me? Jokers are getting tortured, tormented by demons. So there is terror by night. Because when you ain't right, boy, that devil come in and people want to kill, steal, and destroy. People want to mutilate and boy, they setting off body parts. They burying jokers alive just to hear them beat upon the casket or upon the thing that they're being buried in. And their ears are there and they laughing until you breathe your last breath. That Monster Inc. movie when they scaring children, that adrenaline and all that going through their blood so that is true. That is happening. They're tormenting and scaring children to the point and they sitting back there laughing. Oh, it's terror by night, family. And you know why that child is in that predicament? Because the wicked mother and father. Just think that you can lay and think that you can do whatever you want to do and think that there's no repercussion. But then get mad at the Most High when it's known, man, look, all them children, they tormenting them children and all that. And then instead of getting mad at the devil, get mad at the Most High. Type of twisted. But that's what they do. So he says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day. Don't think you're safe. And I'm saying the wicked. The wicked can't say they safe because you know what? These jokers is kidnapping and mutilating jokers in what they call broad daylight, as they say. Jokers are walking up, putting bullets in jokers, cutting jokers in broad daylight. Just here in the United States, all over this creation. Jokers still getting their hands cut off for just, you looked at me wrong. Let me show an example. And chopping children hands off and adults hand off. And then laughing and calling them stubby and all. So this is what's going on, family. You don't think people still getting fed to alligators? You don't think people still getting tied up and putting putting honey over their body and stuff, and then letting the rodents and the insects and stuff feed at people while they tied up? scriptures are going on right now, family.
Bring this phone up a little bit.
But the Most High said, hold, hey, my people, the righteous. So you ain't gonna be afraid by the terror by night, nor the arrow that fly by day, nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness. That pestilence. You know, those individuals that, have AIDS and the diseases, and you're walking down in the alley and they snatching young girls, young boys, middle age, and they raping them and then giving them that disease, leaving them there for dead. Pestilence. Diseases. Scabies and all that. This is what they giving. This is what's going on. It says, nor for the destruction that wasted at noonday. 12 o'clock, your lunchtime, rush hour. People trying to get their lunch. And road rage. Road rage taking place. Demons possessing people at noonday and just a tar pile, a shoot up. People beating up on jokers and taking people's lives inside the doggone food place because you stand in line or you taking too long to order. And then they wait on your tail to come outside. I don't know why he shot her. Man, we were just all sitting here, trying to get lunch. Road rage. Too many cars on the doggone road in this city. All this wickedness is going on. But the Most High said, I'm keeping my righteous. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. We seeing these people die by the droves. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see look what word he, the reward of the wicked. Are we seeing that, family? We supposed to see it. This is pronounced. This is a prophetic word. It says only with your eyes righteous that you're going to behold and see the reward of the wicked. So you better look. You better gird yourself up and get yourself. This is what you're going to see. This is what we're going to see.
Yes.
We trying to warn our family, but we'll look right at you when the Most High say, hey, you done. Come on, Will.
Since I brought out, the Hebrew, the meaning. And that's why another reason I really want to learn the Hebrew, because just looking at the letters, reward, in this case, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know it's Sheen, Lamed, Mem, and Hey. And Sheen means consume or destroy. Lamed, I think, is staff or rod, if I'm not mistaken. Mem means chaos or water, and Hay means to reveal. So seeing all of that together, and how you were talking about, in the scripture, how it's saying the reward of the wicked, it's just showing that, it's going to consume and overtake them, And the same thing goes for the righteous. I know a lot of the time, when we're doing the will of the Most High, it's like the Baruching just comes upon us, it just overtakes us. So it's just like that word, man. It's like, like how you said, when we call Mashiach Master, he's going to know by what you do. Because I was reading Luke where it talked about, the two houses. He said one will dig deep and then build the foundation and then build their house. So it's a process compared to a person who just build their house is set on the earth. And then when the storms come, because you don't have first you didn't dig, then you didn't build the foundation, then you just build the house. It's like it says the destruction is enormous, you know. So just like as you're reading this and even the thought-provoking, the school of thought is like everything is noted because the Most High is noting those who are really digging deep first, right? Building the foundation on the Word, and then building, using Mashiach as the cornerstone to be who we are. So that's how you be in the image and likeness of Mashiach, walking in accordance to where now the Most High is well pleased with what you do. And you can't fake it. You know, you can say all day, I follow Mashiach. Like you said, I love him. But then when you look at the fruit, you're like, man. And then the Most High is like, you're not going to profane my name.
Come on. Absolutely. Anybody else? Anybody else have anything? Now, verse 9, it says, because thou hast made Yahuwah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. See, so there's a position, or there's the actions that what we have to do. Remember, I said your actions are noted. It says because thou hast made. You have came into full agreement what the Most High have spoken and said. You have made the Most High your refuge. You have trusted, believed in His word,
Man,
showed it
good
by
out here.
walking in obedience, and even, it says, even the Most High, your habitation. That means you dwell there, you stay there, you live there. You ain't bouncing. You ain't bouncing from house to house, mindset to mindset, mentality to mentality. You ain't doing that. You stand with the Most High. That's your habitation. This is where I shall dwell in the house of the Most High. What? Come on, y'all finish it.
Forevermore.
Forevermore. Forevermore. Man, boy, hey, I get fired up, like they say. Talk about fired up. You hear me? Shoot. Oh, praises to the Most High. Oh, man. All right, we were on Matthew. Did we finish out Matthew 6? Yeah, let's go back to Matthew 6, verse 19 again.
Matthew 6, verse 19.
Matthew chapter 6,
Matthew
verse
6,
19.
Verse 19. Matthew 6, verse
It says,
19.
lay not up for yourselves
Matthew
treasures
6,
upon the earth,
verse 19.
where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. There's never a day, family, where the moth and the rust on this right here is not corrupted. There's never a day that the thief is not breaking in and stealing. Every day this is happening. Every day. Verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in the Shemayim, where neither moth nor rust
What's up, Olive?
does corrupt,
How you doing,
and where
bro?
thieves do not break
good,
through
man.
nor steal. It seems like that's a great plan, right? It seems to, it should be a resounding, everybody say, man, I agree. But you know, I would say the separation is this. Can people take their rubies and their gold? And here, Abba, could you put that in that big old lock or that what they call it
Pay for lockbox.
And that's safe. Can you put that? Albert, can you put that? Notice what I'm saying. Can you take these rubies, these Fiats and my high dollar shoes and clothes and personal things? Can you put that up there? Put it in that safe up there. See, the separation is now okay. But what is he talking about? So what is he talking about? Where these treasures? See, the righteous knows
The
what
weed
treasure
is
we
good,
need
bro.
to be storing up.
Still making that good,
See, the
good
righteous
music, man.
know that. See, the wicked
Seen
don't,
you
because
live
the
the other day,
wicked
bro.
is wicked.
Rescreen.
Somebody tell me
Good
what
work,
treasures.
man.
What treasures we supposed to be storing up then, family? Somebody tell me. What treasures? Come on, Evan.
The wisdom, knowledge, understanding, obedience, discernment, everything, every good gift that James was talking about that the Most High can give that no man can take. The skills he's given us, all of those things.
Hallelujah. Anybody else? Anybody else? What was y'all thinking on? And then look what he topped it off at. Okay, come on, Coach. Come on.
I was just gonna say also the fruit of the Ruach.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. So once again, the separation between the righteous and the wicked, we know truly what treasure that the Most High is talking about. Those things that are everlasting. Those things that the Most High said, hey, this is what I place into the righteous. This is what I place into individuals that turn their mind, their whole heart unto me. They know what treasures they're storing up. He said, because the Most High is so wise and so, man, beyond our thinking. He says, because where your treasure is, there will your heart, your mind be. That's the separation. See, the righteous treasures, it's in the Shemayim. We can't wait to be whole because we realize that the Most High is everything. That's the most precious. Him and his son, the most precious. Look, man, stuck on this world. And so people reject the Most High because you know where their heart is at, because their treasures are here in this place. See, when your mind is distorted, I got you. When your mind is distorted, you can't even begin to see. It's like people would say in these days, show me God, show me where he at. If I can't see him, then I ain't gonna believe it. Doubting Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Just doubt. When the Most High just said, look, man, you know me by my creation. Just do an exam. And Elder say you like that science. Just do an exam on your body itself. And tell me who can put that together. I'm talking about with every detail. Who can do that? You can't tell me no wicked person can do that. No, they can take it and manipulate it. Yeah, they can add stuff to it, robots and tags and chips and all. Yeah, they can add stuff to it. They can't make it. And then when they do try to make something, they trick you because they have to take something that already exists. In a cell, they got the very small cell they have to take and manipulate it, but they can't make no cell. Come on, El.
Hallelujah. Even water. When you look at water, nobody can recreate water. I mean, as simple as that is, it baffles the whole quote unquote science community because they like, how you make this? How do you make this? So it's like, yeah, Elder, you are on point because it's just like, I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. But yeah.
Oh, my fault.
Lot's wife.
Okay.
Was talking about where your heart is, and see that's the thing too. The Most High is showing us that we gotta be careful with walking and thinking that we are walking in righteousness, right? Because remember, Melachim grabbed her hand and pulled her out. So she was saved because remember what Abraham asked, would you not spare if it was only 50? Then he said 45. He said, and the Most High said, I will go, and if anybody, basically he said, anybody's righteous, I will spare them. The Sodom and Gomorrah gotta go.
Right.
So she was a part of the number who was considered righteous, right? And Amalekite pulled them out. But because of where her, like Elder said, where her heart was, she was the reason she did not make it. So imagine if she would have went. You think there would be Moabites and Ammonites? No.
Come on.
So because of her lack of doing her purpose, we got Moabites and Ammonites till this day.
Yeah.
So it's like we gotta be very careful and really, like Elder is saying, what's the word? But basically look in our hearts, like really, evaluate. I mean, take a deep evaluation and really on the Shabbat, that's really what we should be doing. Really stand at the Most High's feet and asking him, Abba, how did I do this week? Did I glorify you? Were you able, was I under your wing? And then you could look at the times where you're like, man, this happened. Man, I didn't react right. Abba, forgive me.
Right.
Let me do better this coming week. Let me get in your word and let me get on these studies. Let me talk with my brother and let me talk with my sister and really praise you. And that's what he means by rest. When you look, and I'm going to be quiet after this. When you look at the Shabbat is made when Mashiach is saying to be in Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. That means rest complete, right? So it's like when he's saying why he healed, like, and that's why the Pharisees and all of them hated him, because they like, man, that's not how we do our Shabbat. That's not what the Shabbat is. You ain't supposed to be healing. But what he's showing is, spiritually, you can't have a Shabbat without everybody being in Shalom, complete. So that's why that's why he's saying, can you do good works or can you do evil? Which one is it? Because he's saying we need to make everybody complete. We need to, when it comes to our brother and sister, if somebody's sick, we need to go help. We need to aid. You need to come back to life. Right? And so, it's just like how Elder's saying. The Most High is noting what we're doing, even on the Shabbat. Are we doing what we want to do? Because that's all a part of it. And I had the nerve to scream out, Abba, help me during the week. But he's like, yo, you could have been praying and setting the trajectory for your whole week on the Shabbat. But you didn't have time for me. You wanted to watch TV. You wanted to go shopping, do hair, cut hair. You want to go play sports, all of this stuff. When I was calling you to take rest and really take inventory, where were you at?
Right. All praises. All praises. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Special K up in the house.
Hallelujah.
What's up? Special K, what it do?
Let's go to Matthew 5. Let's go back
Matthew
a
5,
chapter there. And let's go to verse 13. Matthew chapter 5,
verse 13.
verse 13 through 16.
13 through 16.
It says, ye are the salt of the earth. Mashiach said, you are the salt of the earth.
Y'all the salt of the earth.
Now we have to walk in that mantle. We have to walk in that. We are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savior, wherewithal shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing. If you lose it, you good for nothing. You know the saying they always, used to hear, people walking in wickedness. They got their baby daddy mama drama, and man, he ain't good for nothing. She ain't good for nothing. You see what I'm saying? And that's on the wicked level. So if we don't sustain and walk in that salt, you lose it, you are good for nothing. And this is what I was saying when I told Tyrone, what are you for? You good for nothing. There's no need for you. Family, look what I'm saying. There's no need for the wicked at all. That's why it's gonna be what? 0 left. 0 left. The new heaven and the new, no possible way sin and darkness and wickedness can ever come in that place. Because the Most High know it's good for nothing. It's destructive. When he say good, that means there's no good in it. There's no production of righteousness and good in wickedness. You can't be wicked good like the world try to tell you. Like the woman, I'm a bad bee. What? How you can put bad and bee together? Like you are, and then you just say I'm a good. And this ain't trying to have a good bee too. I be like, wait, which one is it? You a bad bee or you a good bee? You know what I'm saying? What type of app is that? So wrong, walk around here. But you hear the mindset, how just dumbfounded. You good for nothing. You don't benefit nobody. So the Hamashiach said, you good for nothing. He said, but, he said, I'm going to show you what you're good for. But to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot of men. Boy, you ever stomped out a good bug, a good roach, boy, you put a stomping, boy, one crawled on your major, man. You put them 6.5, 5.5, 12, whatever you got. Boy, you put it on them. That's what most I say, you ain't good for nothing but to be trodden down by men. When you continue to walk in wickedness, men are gonna trod you down. They're gonna beat you down because that's what you saying your worth is. Come on, Elder.
Man, this is powerful because we see now why there is no rest for the weary, why there's no rest for the wicked, why you see, these so-called celebrities, politicians, all of these people, all the wicked people, it's like they walk all over each other. 1 minute this one talking about this one, next minute this one talking about this one. It's like when you said that, I'm just like, man, it's like he's saying all of us are salt. But now the difference is that it goes back to the tree. All of us are trees. What fruit are you bearing? Because that fruit will fall to the ground and if it's rotten, it's going to just stay rotten. But if it's good, somebody gonna pick it up and eat it. Salt, you know, you gonna do the purpose you're given. But if it's not no flavor on that, people gonna spit it out, stomp on like you said, like it's a bug, walk all over you, and it's like it just makes sense. Like, man, thank you, Abiyah. It's just like I'm just lost for words. It's just like, man, this word is amazing.
Right. All praise, all praise. It is. I'm talking about it is. I'm talking about awesome. It is awesome. Then it goes to verse 14. Once again, ye are the light of the world. You are the light. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Then it says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. He's saying, you are the light of the world. We're supposed to be in the counter to bring light to the whole house. And we are. Never think that it's insignificant. I don't care how so-called dark the world is. When light extinguishes, then the darkness have to leave. He says, then verse 16 says, look, you got to let it shine. Let your light so shine before men that what? And look at this. Look at the responsibility. Look at the responsibility that we should be. It says that they may see your good works and glorify who? Glorify the Father which is in the Shemayim. That's what we can do when we let the good works, which is the Most High works. When we do that, they're going to glorify the Most High, which is in the Shemayim. Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on, Bill. Come on, fire it up.
Yeah, it's a lake, man.
Yeah.
This got me on fire, man. And what it made me think of how imperative it is to have a father who's the head, right? Because no other body part can produce light, give light into the body, except for the head because of our eyes, right? So I know when I came into really finding the truth and finding Mashiach, how my eyes were open and that light made me change the way I use the members of my body. To where I knew it's no longer just me. You know, I can't be fornicating. I can't be indulging in drinking, smoking, and even my thoughts, because I know, like you said, that's going to bring darkness and affect the whole body. And not just my body, but everyone around me, because people are watching what I'm doing. I can't, because back in the day, they see, man, this man smoke, he drink, he fornicate. How you talking about God?
In their room.
You know, this man wicked, man. I ain't listening to him. I mean, he tried, but nah, I'm gonna do what I do. But now,
I would say right there.
it's no excuse because they see the fruit. I mean, all of they like, man, this man is different. He's not like how he used to be. There's a light on him. You know, so it's just like when you say even the head being where on top of the hill, on top of the body.
Yeah, come on.
It's on top. Like you see when Abiyah speaks, it's like he give you so many witnesses. Like, and that's why I'm just like, man, even the Father, he made the Most High, Mashiach, the man, the woman. But it's like everything is in order. It's like when you see the word and you truly are following, like you said, you start to produce the fruit. You start to be salt. And even we talked about this. Salt bears light. When you look under a microscope, light. You can see light. So it's all interconnected.
Oh man, all praise to the Most High. Anybody else? Anybody else? Y'all can talk. Other people can talk, man. I know y'all know that.
Hey, Shalom. Yeah, he broke it down
Shalom.
real good on that one. Said the salt of the earth. I ain't never think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we look on the microscope. I'm like, man, that what's up though. We hit the salt of the earth
Oh,
though.
that's it.
Just gotta let that
All
light
praise.
shine.
That's it. That's it.
uh,
All praises. Let that light shine. Look how beautiful that responsibility is, man. I mean, people always talking about shine. Won't steal my shine. Won't steal my. Man, what shine you talking about? Man, get that wicked crap away. This is the shine right here. This is the light right here. Huh?
mm-hmm.
He talking here, boy. Get on with that crap. Once again, let's go to Matthew chapter 9. Let's go to 9. Okay. Matthew 9, and let's go to verse 35. Now, this definitely hit, okay? Because we see here, remember, your actions are noted, and that's the school of thought. And look at the Hamashiach here as well. Matthew 9 verse 35. And Yahushua went about all the cities and the villages, teaching in the synagogues. Now you have throughout the cities and the villages, teaching in the synagogues or in the place of worship, okay? And preaching the Basora of the kingdom. So he preaching about the kingdom. And he healing every sickness and every disease among the people. See, a lot of us are stagnated with just the teaching. And this just hits. It's definitely hit me in my chest. He was going from city, like you said, he was going from cities to villages. He was on the move. Going from the cities to the villages. He was teaching the Basora of the kingdom.
Yeah, for sure, Pastor.
And in the midst of that, you're going to always find, everywhere, you're going to find the sick. You're going to find, of course, disease, demon, possession, demons. You're going to find these things. Look at what the Mashiach, he is going, moving about, because the word that he have is life, and the power and authority that he have, it comes in and it destroys the work of the enemy. It's very strategic. But he says, he went about all the cities and the villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the Basora, or the good news of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. The Hamashiach was there. The shepherd was there. But he looked out and said, man, look at the people. They scattered. Don't have no shepherd. And when we read this and we see what's going on. Now, I know, personally you look at can we make this impact? And this is one of the things, Coach Takanya, that we want to end this fasting. I know we had talked about what we're going to. These one of the things that we need to fast about. Truly. Because this is what the Hamashiach did, and this is what he saw, and this is what we see. Because we have the eyes, the ears of the Hamashiach. And I definitely, in this time of prayer and fasting, we want to pray, and it's like you pray, but you already know the answer. If y'all, understanding what I'm saying, because the answer is we see him doing it, and he said, "Follow, do as greater works you're going to do." So we already know the answer. So what's the prayer and fasting? To build ourselves up, to make sure that we have the mind, and then the encouragement to go. Because he went from city to village, teaching in their assemblies, teaching in their gathering. And then you had sick, you had the ones that were sick diseases. And then he said it was a multitude. And he was moved with compassion once again, because they were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then look what he said in verse 37 and 38. Then said he unto his disciples, he looked at his disciples, and he wanted them to look, listen to this, family. He's telling the disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous. To reap, for the Most High to reap the souls of the people, he said they are plenteous. Like they say, it's enough to go around for all the righteous ones that walk in the truth. It's enough for us to go around, hey man, to harvest. What you're harvesting, you're bringing them and saying, hey, speak thus says the Most High, and say, hey, what the Most High been dealing with you on, about, you turning away from this, turning away from that, turning away. Listen, it is right. I'm come to confirm the Most High, what he's speaking unto you. Now let us draw together, let us build together, because now, you can't just sit there now. You've been delivered, right? You trust and believe the Most High. Now we got to go out and get the other ones. There's no longer be like, am I good? No, yeah, come on, you are. The Most High dealt with you, come on. So he says, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore, the Yahuwah of the harvest. Who is the one that's harvesting? Who's the one that's harvesting? The Most High. And guess what? He's harvesting through us. So he's doing it. Man, that's powerful. He's doing it. So he says, pray ye therefore the Yahuwah of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. High said, look, I got the harvest out here. I got it out here. I'm sending you to go get them. Man. And so that's one of the things we definitely want to be praying for as we're fasting. Anybody have anything? All right, we're almost done, family. Anybody have anything? All right. Matthew 10, verse 1. Right after that, and when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, look what he did. He gave them power. He gave them power. And we already know he has given us power through the Ruach HaKodesh. He got that promise. We went on, we talked about what? In Shavuot. We talked about it. So now we know that power has went through generation to generation. It is upon us. It's upon the righteous. So he has done it. He's given us power. What is that? What's that power for? Against unclean ruachs, to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. He said, look, when I just told y'all that the harvest is plenteous, when I just told y'all and just demonstrated to y'all what I was doing, I'm walking in that power. As a matter of fact, here it is. Here it is. The same thing that I'm doing, here it is. And what is the faith and belief and trust in the Most High? It's already there. He said he gave it to his disciples to power against they got to answer up. Put ourselves in position so it can manifest. And I know we you can point to, man, why certain things ain't happening, why things ain't happening. Hey, let's not have that. Well, let's get out there and walk in it. And so we can say, well, hey, it's happening. We can't be the one, we shouldn't be no more saying, why it ain't happening, why it ain't happening. No, our testimony says it's happening. It's happening. We are witness to it. It's happening. Come on, look, it's happening. Not to point at us in the boast. No, it's happening because the scripture said this is what's going to happen. So this has got to just, man, be in us, family. It has to be in us. We just point back to what the Most High said. That's what we can do. Abba, you said it. I'm available. You said the harvest is plenteous. Hey, we know sick, disease, whatever. Hey, Abba, I want to go. But you said that you have given us power in the name of Yahushua Mashiach to do these things. So, Abba, I'm going to walk in your word and your truth, and it'll never fail. Never fail. Let's go, same chapter. Let's stay there, 10. Let's go to 32, verses 32. Matthew chapter 10, starting at verse 32.
Verse 32, Matthew chapter 10.
He said, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father, which is in the Shemayim. If you confess it, if we confess him, he's doing the same thing to the Father. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father, which is in the Shemayim. Think not that I am come to send shalom on the earth. But what he said, I came not to send shalom, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that love father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And we talked about this. The Most High is not playing. He's not playing. People have compromised. People have sold out. People have rejected and rebelled against the Most High because they love their family more than Him. And when it's time for correction, when it's time to set things in order, they what? They don't do it. They don't do it. They succumb to their family members and let them do whatever they want to because their love is destructive. And that's sad to say. But that's not true love. When you can't tell them the truth, when you want to just give them anything and let them do whatever without correcting them, and you put them before the Most High, He ain't playing. He said, I ain't come to bring no peace. To where you say, oh, well, I just want peace in my home. I don't want to step on nobody's toes. So you just going out there, you watching your porn and you doing all that. You do it over there. I ain't gonna, you do it in your room, but they in your house. They doing these things in your home.
Crazy.
So you choosing to demand them to do right. Hey, you want to do this or you get your butt up out of here. You don't want to tell your children they wrong or your family members they wrong when they walking in wickedness. Nah, he said, look, I come to I ain't playing that. Then it says, verse 38, and he that taketh not his execution stake. That thing that they're putting us, that crucifixion, that crucifying. That means we dead to sin. You take upon that deadness to that sin, that deadness to your fleshly desires, that deadness to that child that, oh, mama, help me. No, you in wickedness? No, you get no help from me. You want to do what's right or you want to listen? Okay, go tear all the magazines up. Matter of fact, for the next 6 months, don't you pick up a game, don't you even watch no TV if you want to remain here. So let's do some fasting and praying. Let you open your word every day. We come to this table, you sit down, and we go over these scripts. But if you don't want to do that, and you trying to sneak and going back there, and I'm catching you and the Most High revealing it, waking me up at night. No, if you don't want to do that, you got to get out of here.
Enjoying it, man.
No. You're either going to want to do right and receive the righteous help, or you want to just do whatever you want to do, and you can't do that here. So he says, you got to take up that execution state. Those, and when you look at that tree, that stake, that dying to sin, then you got to also look at the ones that, want to crucify your righteousness. You gotta look at that and be able to say, hey, I ain't gonna deny my father. Bring it. Mm-hmm. That right? I'm speaking against homosexuality. I'm speaking against adultery. I'm speaking against pot and weed head and drug. I'm speaking against all of that. Yes, bring it. Bro, you stirring up all this type of stuff. No, I'm telling you the truth. Or I become your enemy because I tell you the truth. I take it. Bring it. I take it. You threaten, you want to do this, that, I take it. What did Mashiach do? He told Peter, look, hey, hold on. You're not speaking of the things of the Most High. I'm going to die for this. And what is required of us? To die for this, because he said, he that try to save his life shall lose it. And And he that lose his life for the Basora, the gospel, the good news, shall what? He gain eternal. So we think we like the Mashiach. When he before Pilate say, hey, don't do, it's not the authority and power in my hand to release you, to free you, whatever. He told them, look, you ain't got no power. Only power you have is what the Most High put it in your hand to do. And that's according to the will of the Most High. So we tell them, man, look, hey, you can pull the pistol, you can say whatever, but only power that you have is what the Most High gives you. So whatever he decide to do, that's what we're going to quit. But you can pull it all you want to, because if it's not giving it to your hands, ain't nothing gonna happen. That's on everything. Because the enemy, there's work that needs to be done. What we just read, the harvest is plenteous, the laborers are few. I'm sending you out into his harvest. So he said, look, I ain't playing with the individual. Look, your household, they probably be mad at you. If your wife ain't on the same accord. That's why you just live it. So he says, I jumped ahead, but look, verse let's read 38 again. And he that taketh not his execution stake and follow after me is not worthy of me. If you don't do what the Hamashiach has done, if you don't take upon the mantle and the obligation like he did, then he says you're not worthy of him. And then verse 39 says, and he that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. That's how you do it. So look at that. He said, he that findeth his life shall lose it. So that finding is, that's the world mentality. So you find the importance in you. That's why people, when you grow up, what you want to be? What you want to be? You want to be this and that, go to school for this and that, and not hardly any time. People say, okay, what you, well, I want to be what the Most High called me to be. I want what the Most High called me to be. You know, you got people that dedicating, you know, by fasting and praying for their children, say, hey, I got to raise them up this way, because this is the calling on their life. You don't have to be a question where they scratch their head. No, you don't think the Most High can reveal that to you to help your child along the way? You don't think your Hukanon mother didn't know what manner of child this is going to be? So it says, so when you try to find your life like the world, and you try to find, and then you try to secure it, it's all about you. He said you're gonna lose. But he that loseth his life for the sake, for the Hamashiach's sake, shall lose it. That means you going out there. Because you're saying, hey, it ain't about my life. It's about the life of the Most High and doing the lifestyle of the Most High and doing what he want me to do. So, hey, if I lose it, man, applaud. Remember the disciples said, man, they magnified the Most High because they got beat. They said, man, we were found worthy to get beaten. How many of us have said that? I mean, I want that testimony. Man, we got beat for the Most High. His word. Man, they put them stripes on us. Boy, they beat us with them sticks and rocks for the name, because we was out there speaking that name. All praises. So it says, he that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. You see that? When they receive you, they receive the Hamashiach. When they receive you, the Hamashiach, what? They receiving the Father. That is what we represent, family. That's who we are. That's our duty. That's our obligation. That's what we should be walking in. So, all praises to the Most High. man, we're gonna stop right there. And if the Most High say the same, I have quite a few more scriptures, but that can the Most High say the same, we can do a continuation on that one later on. Any comments? Anything that anybody want to share? All praises to the Most High. We know that this evening we're going to start our fast, starting at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, but 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to start, and we're going to meet together at 8 o'clock our time, and we're going to do start it off with prayer with each other. One of the things that Okoti Takanya, she asked a question. What are we wanting to pray together about? What we're fasting and praying together about? And I said that we can come together and set some specifics so we can have that in the mind, in the heart, and we can be praying throughout the fast on these particular things that the Most High gives us. I know one of the things, like I said, was what we just read in Matthew chapter 9, and we read 35 through 38. Okay, so we want to add that to the thought in our mind when we're praying along with the fasting, that and in chapter 10 verse 1, that we do what the Hamashiach has demonstrated here. I mean, because I'm talking about this the most important thing here. And a lot of us, when I say us, I'm talking about Yasharal as a whole. A lot of us are stagnated in this assignment right here. And you have to see yourself. You have to trust and have faith in the Most High, that this is what we're supposed to be doing. Okay? I mean, what are we here for? You know, what are we here for? And right now, it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 individuals. Okay? And it's a lot of individuals that we don't know that is in that harvest, and the only way that we get to them if we go out, because they don't know about this Zoom meeting right here. Okay? They don't know about it. We don't even know them to even invite them out. So these definitely one of the things that we want to read and pray about. So the question is, what else is laying upon you all's ruach that you all want us to fast? I mean, what want us to pray about and be in thought about? Direction. What you mean? Leading us, directing us. So, okay. So directing, gotcha. That's what you're. Love, you gotta help me. Yes, directions, but that's broad. You know what I'm saying? We want Yeah, so I want the specifics. So yeah, so we can call it out. I mean, you can say direction, but of course we can just in our own thought process just choose or pray about those certain directions. You understand what I'm saying? Hmm. Yeah, guidance. Yeah, yeah, direction. Get that? Why I'm just using the word guidance, direction. Okay, okay. Come on, Elder.
Everything that we do it in decency and in order. So we follow the guidance and the example Mashiach gave from beginning until now.
Okay.
And can I add with clarity and the clarity of mind, give like us clarity of mind and mental stability, like that sound and sober mind.
Okay. All right. Of course, I got, and I'm just, re-say what y'all had all stated already. Matthew chapter 9, verses 35 through 38, and then chapter 10, verse 1. Okay, that pretty much says everything. So we want to pray about walking in that. Coach Tirza said guidance, directions, and the certain specifics. We know what that entail as well. Elder, you said decency and in order. Following the example of the Hamashiach. Okay. And then Akoti Takanya say clarity of mind, mental stability. Okay, go ahead, Elder.
We both have scriptures.
Okay, go ahead, give it.
1 Corinthians 14. And I guess we could start with, 30, 34. No, I'm sorry. 36 through 40.
Okay, 36 through 40. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say like Psalm 31.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the whole thing, because a lot of it makes reference to being persecuted for doing righteousness.
Okay.
And that was something that came up today, like you said, and then like a few days back, like D'Angelo was talking about that from his work and stuff like that. And
Right.
Some other people have mentioned that on like the prayer calls or something like that. So I just thought that psalm specifically kind of covers a lot of ground in terms of I guess calling
Hey,
out those
Fatima.
things that are
Appreciate you for stopping by.
wrong, and then
Shalom,
also
shalom.
making that request for the things that are needed in order to continue to stand in righteousness the way we're supposed to.
Okay. All praises. And this is definitely the starting point just to start us off, of course, as we're, participating in it and walking in it, the Most High can definitely will show you, other things because, of course, personally, there are going to be some personal things that you look at yourself and want the Most High will reveal it unto you as well. Of course, you'll definitely be praying upon that, making those changes and making those things based on what the Most High is saying. And then also, of course, for us as a whole. And so what we can do, we'll come back, like say we'll start out, just starting foundation right here, or the starting scriptures, and we'll come and pray this evening. And then tomorrow at 12, just based on that time that we spend with the Most High, then we can just, talk about, what else that the Most High is revealing, other scriptures that you all come across and read, the Most High lead you to, and then prayer requests, things that you want to confess, or, when I say confess, I'm just saying things that you want to bring about and say, hey, the Most High, reveal this about, me or whatever. And I just want, you all to touch and agree and pray with me upon this right here. If that's the Most High's leading you to share that particular thing, it could be where the Most High reveal it to you. You definitely keep that to yourself and you work on that as well. And so just kind of keep that in mind that it definitely will grow into, other scriptures, other things that the Most High impress upon us that we need to be doing. And the thing is also, when the Most High speak it and reveal it, then there's action that has to take place. So make sure that we understand on that part of it, because he's going to want us to do the things that he's revealing. And so I would definitely say
Shalom.
well, mental stability, clarity, and so that's a part of that. And then of course the strength and the go do it, you know what I'm saying? And so all praises to the Most High. Anybody else have anything else? Okay. And I mean, it's pretty, simple, self-explanatory. Got the, direction instructions, of course. How we're going to, everything is going to be structured based on what we know now, and so once again, we'll start it at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, Eastern Central. We'll pray, and then we'll come back at noon or 12 Eastern Standard Time, 11 Central Standard Time, and then we'll pray together and talk. Okay, and then during that time we'll get more direction in what we need to add to or what we need to continue on with. And so we'll come back at 3, 2, 3. Okay. And then we'll come back at 5, 6. We'll come back at 8, 9, and then 11, 12. And then that'll conclude the fast. All right. And then also we'll be just looking forward to the Most High bringing us another opportunity to fast again. We want to definitely be very active in getting some fasting in, because I mean that's definitely something that we need to be doing. So so with that, that's all I have, family. If there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and close out. And And since we're coming back at 9, we won't come back and pray at 5 or 6. Okay, we won't come back and pray at 5 or 6 today. We'll just meet at 8 and 9 and start and do that prayer watch together. So everybody good with that? Okay. All right. Right. If nothing else, we'll go ahead and pray out. Abba Yahuwah, once again, we do love you and we honor you. We thank you for your presence being in the midst of us. We thank you for what our ears have heard and our minds now pondering and taking it all in, Abba Yahuwah. We love you so much, and we just thank you so much for choosing us. We thank you, Abba Yahuwah, because it was not by our pedigree, not by how much money, resources, prestige, position. It's none of that, Abba Yahuwah. It's about your will for our life and the love that you have for us and what you have created us for. We don't take nothing from that, Abba Yahuwah. It's about your decision and what you have decided to do. And we thank you so much, Abba Yahuwah, for choosing us to be sons and daughters of you, choosing to love, and you put it into our minds and heart to want to keep your commandments, your laws, your statutes, and it's not grievous unto us. We want to walk in that righteousness to get the praise and the reassurance, Abba Yahuwah, of that we are your sons and daughters because we're walking and being obedient unto you. Abba, we know that our actions and our activities are being noted, being taken down, because we have affirmed ourselves in obedience, saying yes to your will and to your way. As you test our heart and mind, you allow us to be come unto you and be given unto the Hamashiach, and to have that repentance and know that it was his sacrifice was given by you to atone for our sins. And our father Abraham, the father of many nations, the father of the seed, Abba Yahuwah, that you Baruch, because of his obedience, he demonstrated that fear and that love towards you, Abba Yahuwah, when he was going to offer up his son, because you said it. And you counted for righteousness, Abba Yahuwah. And you said, hey, you told him just go ahead and sacrifice that lamb, with the one that you have provided for him to sacrifice on behalf of his son, whom he did love but did not place him above you. We thank you, Abba Yahuwah, because you showed that. Many, many years after that, you truly sent your son, Yahushua HaMashiach, to walk amongst men, took upon flesh, was touched and embraced and kissed and ate with, Abba Yahuwah. He walked amongst those during that time, Abba Yahuwah, who you ordained to see him. Some rebelled and some gave their life, Abba Yahuwah. And we just thank you for them being a witness to that wonderful, great example. And you said, Baruch are those that was not there to see it and believe. And we just thank you, Abba Yahuwah, for giving us unto the Hamashiach and to be accepted by you. And so, Abba, we just thank you for another wonderful Shabbat. We thank you for what has been shared abroad, Abba Yahuwah. Your righteous men and women and children speaking and hearing your word, exalting you and praising you. And those that are going out, Abba Yahuwah, compelling men to come unto you because of the harvest, your harvest. Strengthen them, protect them, guide them. And as we begin to embark and go out as well, Abba Yahuwah, we thank you for the power that you have given it unto us as you demonstrated unto the disciples. We're going to be the ones as well to say that, Abba, you are still performing those miracles. You are still doing the things that you sent the Hamashiach to demonstrate so that we can believe and walk accordingly. Thank you for this fast. Thank you, Abba Yahuwah, for what you're going to reveal, what you're going to show us, and what you're going to baruch us because of our commitment into what you have spoken for us to do at this appointed time. We thank you, Abba, for the victory and the safety that's in you. No harm, no evil will overtake us, Abba Yahuwah, because we have chosen you, because you first have chosen us. We're under the shadow of your almighty hand, your wing. You are our shield and our buckler. We may see the reward of the wicked with our eyes, and yet not be partakers of their sin and their destruction. Toda Rabbah, Abba Yahuwah, for your presence being in the midst of us. Toda Rabbah, for Yahushua HaMashiach interceding on our behalf. He's sitting on your right hand even now as we palau. Toda Abba Yahuwah. We love you. We praise you. We thank you for the healing. Thank you for the deliverance that has taken place. We thank you for a renewed mind. And we shall go and walk in your will and your way. In the mighty name of Yahushua HaMashiach, we pray. Hallelujah. So be it.
Hallelujah.
All right, family. Most I say the same. We'll talk in a few hours and get ready for a wonderful fast and a wonderful, delightful time in the Most High. So with that, we'll say Shabbat Shalom, and we'll talk to you all later on today. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Oh yeah, man, it feels good, man. Yup. 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 Shalom to everybody. Gonna go end the live, and I'll catch y'all another time. Appreciate you. Peace.